Subscribe and put on the notification button. Just a joke, teacher, who were the first human beings? Christian student, Adam and Eve. Teacher, and what religion was this Adam and Eve? Student, communist, of course. Teacher, and how do you know that they were communist? Student, easy, they had no roof over their heads, no clothes to wear, and only one apple between them, yet they still called it paradise. A doctor, a civil engineer, and a computer scientist were arguing about what was the oldest profession in the world. The doctor remarked, well, in the Bible it says that God created Eve from a rib taken from Adam. This clearly required surgery, so I can rightly claim that mine is the oldest profession in the world. The civil engineer interrupted and said, but even earlier in the book of Genesis, it states that God created the order of the heavens and the earth from out of the chaos. This was the first and certainly the most spectacular application of civil engineering. Therefore, fair doctor, you are wrong, mine is the oldest profession in the world. The computer scientist leaned back in his chair, smiled and said confidently, but who do you think created the chaos? Leviticus chapter 10 New International Version, NIV. The death of Nadab and Abihu. 10 Aaron's sons Nadab and Abihu took their censers, put fire in them and added incense, and they offered unauthorized fire before the Lord, contrary to his command. 2 So fire came out from the presence of the Lord and consumed them, and they died before the Lord. 3 Moses then said to Aaron, this is what the Lord spoke of when he said, among those who approach me I will be proved holy, in the sight of all the people I will be honored. Aaron remained silent. 4 Moses summoned Mishael and Elzaphan, sons of Aaron's uncle Uzziel, and said to them, come here, carry your cousins outside the camp, away from the front of the sanctuary. 5 So they came and carried them, still in their tunics, outside the camp, as Moses ordered. 6 Then Moses said to Aaron and his sons Eleazar and Ithamar, do not let your hair become unkempt, and do not tear your clothes, or you will die and the Lord will be angry with the whole community. But your relatives, all the Israelites, may mourn for those the Lord has destroyed by fire. 7 Do not leave the entrance to the tent of meeting or you will die, because the Lord's anointing oil is on you. So they did as Moses said. 8 Then the Lord said to Aaron, 9 You and your sons are not to drink wine or other fermented drink whenever you go into the tent of meeting, or you will die. This is a lasting ordinance for the generations to come. 10 So that you can distinguish between the holy and the common, between the unclean and the clean. 11 And so you can teach the Israelites all the decrees the Lord has given them through Moses. 12 Moses said to Aaron and his remaining sons, Eleazar and Ithamar, take the grain offering left over from the food offerings prepared without yeast and presented to the Lord and eat it beside the altar, for it is most holy. 13 Eat it in the sanctuary area, because it is your share and your son's share of the food offerings presented to the Lord, for so I have been commanded. 14 But you and your sons and your daughters may eat the breast that was waved and the thigh that was presented. Eat them in a ceremonially clean place, they have been given to you and your children as your share of the Israelites' fellowship offerings. 15 The thigh that was presented and the breast that was waved must be brought with the fat portions of the food offerings, to be waved before the Lord as a wave offering. This will be the perpetual share for you and your children, as the Lord has commanded. 16 When Moses inquired about the goat of the sin offering, and found that it had been burned up, he was angry with Eleazar and Ithamar, Aaron's remaining sons, and asked, 17 Why didn't you eat the sin offering in the sanctuary area? It is most holy, it was given to you to take away the guilt of the community by making atonement for them before the Lord. 18 Since its blood was not taken into the holy place, you should have eaten the goat in the sanctuary area, as I commanded. 19 Aaron replied to Moses, today they sacrificed their sin offering and their burnt offering before the Lord, but such things as this have happened to me. Would the Lord have been pleased if I had eaten the sin offering today? 20 When Moses heard this, he was satisfied. Subscribe and share please. Another good joke. Newly discovered chapter in the book of Genesis has provided the answer to, where do pets come from? Adam said, Lord, when I was in the garden, you walked with me every day. Now I do not see you anymore. I am lonesome here and it is difficult for me to remember how much you love me. And God said, no problem. I will create a companion for you that will be with you forever and who will be a reflection of my love for you, so that you will love me even when you cannot see me. Regardless of how selfish or childish or unlovable you may be, this new companion will accept you as you are and will love you as I do, in spite of yourself. And God created a new animal to be a companion for Adam. And it was a good animal. And God was pleased. And the new animal was pleased to be with Adam, and he wagged his tail. And Adam said, Lord, I have already named all the animals in the kingdom, and I cannot think of a name for this new animal. And God said, no problem. Because I have created this new animal to be a reflection of my love for you, his name will be a reflection of my own name, and you will call him Dog. And Dog lived with Adam and was a companion to him and loved him. And Adam was comforted. And God was pleased. And Dog was content and wagged his tail. After a while, it came to pass that Adam's guardian angel came to the Lord and said, Lord, Adam has become filled with pride. He struts and preens like a peacock, and he believes he is worthy of adoration. Dog has indeed taught him that he is loved, but perhaps too well. And the Lord said, no problem. I will create for him a companion who will be with him forever and who will see him as he is. The companion will remind him of his limitations, so he will know that he is not always worthy of adoration. And God created Cat to be a companion to Adam. And Cat would not obey Adam. And when Adam gazed into Cat's eyes, he was reminded that he was not the supreme being. And Adam learned humility. And God was pleased. And Adam was greatly improved. And Dog was happy. And the cat didn't give a hoot one way or the other.